What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I am actually doing a full review of a book. I haven't done one of these on my channel ever, but I figured this was a good place to start. This is a book that was written by an indie author who has only like 3 books up on Amazon, 2 short stories in this book, which even though it's a very short book, I do feel like it's a book. There's gonna be a sequel, at least according to, the whole thing. So, this book is Craig Black, Lion to the Wolf. It was written by Victoria Bechtel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name. It was edited by Fire Lizard Studios, and the cover was illustrated by Rachel Loftman. Again, I don't know how to say it. It's literally written like Laughman, and I don't want to mess up. This was released on June 19th, 2015. I read it July 5th, 2015. It only has 129 pages in it, which is pretty short for a book, but it was still really good for being so short. It is only available on Kindle. As far as I know, I didn't really ask her, but as far as I know, it's only available on Kindle. She'll probably let me know. But it is available for $2.99 for your Amazon Kindle, or if you have the Kindle Unlimited program, it is free. It is a part of Kindle Unlimited. I actually own the version myself. I bought it when she was having a surprise one-day sale. Back when I first started following her, she followed me, and then I started following her, and I'm glad I did. Yeah. So, the synopsis for this book is, actually pretty long. So, I don't think I'm gonna read it here, but I will just get right into what I have to say about the book. Now, I want to say right at the start, this is a supernatural book. It is about werewolves. It is about, a community where werewolves are slaves. So, it was pretty interesting just reading the synopsis. I am going to link down below where all of that is, where you can find it on Amazon, on Goodreads, and I will link Victoria's Twitter. So my first impression when I was starting to read the book was that it would be filled with nothing but bloodshed and stuff like that, like typical werewolf book. I was definitely wrong about that, though. There wasn't as much, it wasn't all bloodshed. It starts out with the main character, who is a wolf were. I like the play on it, but I still kept reading it as werewolf the whole entire book. Named Craig Black. Title of the book. Yeah. I like it. But he was playing with a little girl named Evie. I think it's short for Evelyn, so Evie. Yeah. Who he actually considers his pup. His baby, typical wolf stuff. Yeah. But then something horrible happens. I don't want to get into it because it would spoil a lot of the book. And Craig gets arrested, and he's charged with murder. Found guilty of it, and he gets sent off to Wolfware Prison. The start of the story did really make me feel bad for Craig because of, how much he loves this little girl, and then this stuff happens, and it makes it really sad, and then, you just push for him the entire rest of the book. So yeah, I continue to root for him the whole time. So Craig winds up in Wolford jail, and then even more stuff happens to him, and it just gets hectic, and there's just a lot of issues for him in it, and I think she really portrayed those issues really well. And it really showed, like, pack dominance, like Alpha, Beta, Omega. It was actually, like, she did it really good. And then you go on to discover around 55% into the book. Now, the Kindle version doesn't come with page numbers, or I would say around this page, but it's about 55% into the book when you realize that Craig is not like most wolf wares, and he's a bit of an anomaly, which is pretty typical. You're not going to write a book about any typical werewolf. You're going to write about an awesome one that's not like all of them. But that doesn't take away from the story. It really doesn't. So then around 60% into the book, and I really wish Kindle put page numbers on stuff like this. And it's not just this book. I've had a lot of issues with Kindle and page numbers when I'm trying to update my Goodreads and everything, and yeah. But that's another topic. But about 60% into the book, it starts switching points of view almost every chapter or every half chapter between Evie and Craig. And I really liked the stuff you learned about Evie because of these point of view changes. You learn a lot about her, about why she is so important to the story. And I actually really liked one of the prison guards who unfortunately gets killed in the book, named Holly. And, but things can't always go the way you want. But all in all, I really, really enjoyed this book. It was an incredibly good book. It sucked me right in. I read it within a couple hours. I probably would have read it in one sitting if it wasn't for the puppy and having to take her out. So if it wasn't for that, I probably would have ended up reading it in one complete sitting. But it still only took me a couple hours. It's a really quick read. It's incredibly enjoyable. I actually gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I'm actually very, very excited for the next book to come out, Victoria. Come on. I know it just came out, so I know, the next book isn't going to come out for a while, but just, guys, I'm very excited for this book, for this next book. That's how good of a series it is. And the series name is Wolves of Grygon's Forest. And this was book 1, obviously. So I think that's gonna wrap this review up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry I was completely rambly, but it's my first one ever, and I'm glad I decided to wait to do one about a book that I incredibly enjoyed, and yeah, so I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye everyone!